And welcome back. Okay, so we now have components to make 2 living greenwood tree shields, which are quite nice. Melee defense plus 30, shield skills build up 1 less fatigue, and the shields also regenerate themselves. Right, so I've already assigned people to the camping tasks. It will take about 20 hours to complete each one. So let's camp. Keep on camping. And we'll also make 1 flask of heartwood sap, just because we can. Let's wait for dawn before we move out. There we go. And let's take a look at the shields. There they are, but let's rearrange the inventory anyway. Right, so 30, 34, 30, 37. Shield skills build up -2 for each. And it seems that the shield regeneration effect is standard, or we just rolled +7 for both of them. Also the melee defense is +30 for both. Okay. 72 durability, but that's obviously higher because it regenerates. Fatigue -14. Okay, so it's better than what we are using, though the durability, I don't know, like if we get into a fight where the enemies will try to break the shield, how long will this last? With shield expert, but yeah, we'll use this. If I use this here, yeah, okay, initiative stays at a decent number. I'll actually save the game in case there's like a weird bug that's going to happen once I apply a rune. Also, this rune would have been nicer to use here instead of one of these. This one, for example, is the same rune, but it's -6 and -4, while this one is -12 to both. Could even wait before we apply any rune here. I will also give like Faruk the other greenwood shield as long as, well, when I can find it. There we go. I mean, it's not like Chloe needs this, but it's okay. It's definitely okay. So let's give Faruk, I guess this one, this better defense rune. There we go. And I don't think I'll do anything with these two just yet, though I could apply them on something. But yeah, I'll wait before I apply any rune on this one. We might find a better rune at some point. And also Chloe doesn't really even need the help. We might even be better off just starting out with this one, because it also helps others. Yeah, I think we'll actually do that. Okay, so Volram died last fight, mainly due to my own incompetence there. Kind of got him killed. But yeah, it wasn't the biggest loss. He was at 77 melee skill and 32 melee defense, so while he was a useful character for sure, we can replace him. Also, we don't necessarily even need to find a replacement. But yeah, now what we will do is, well, let's actually check if there's anything here. Black market has nothing. What about the hiring screen? Did I find someone last time? No, I didn't. Okay, we could use some more food, maybe? Well, let's check. Let's check. Yeah, sure. Let's buy some rice. Maybe some dried dates. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, inventory is nearing full, so we could head to Brookstad again to sell our junk. Out of curiosity, let's check what the selling price here is. It's a village, so it won't be that high, but 14. Well, that's actually tolerable. That is tolerable. We don't need this many unhold heights. Don't remember how many we need for the Kraken, but definitely not that many. We have all these Demon Hound bones, but what we haven't found... the Banshee ashes in a while. I mean, with this amount of money, I guess we don't need to min-max the selling and buying prices. So we can just sell. Oh, we don't want to sell that, I don't think. To check these shields as well. Sell at least those. I'll sell this one as well. Sell the orc weapons. Keep one militia spear for our new guy, just in case he needs a spear at some point. I'd like to keep the dice, just in case we find more ancient scrolls. Okay, well that's good enough, I think. Alright, let's head north now to Wolfhaven. Caravan contract available. Check the hiring screen. Nope. So where is the caravan going? Ohenfeste. Is there anything there that we care about? Yes, there is an armor and a weaponsmith, so let's take that. It's also kind of going the way we want to go. We want to scout this area just in case that contains the witch hut. Let's take this caravan. Reassign people to scouting, I guess. Okay. Okay, Egelina enters the... let's let them... So this is the superstitious event. Let's have Halvor the monk take a look instead. Wondering if maybe Halvor could help you go and fetch the holy figure. Halvor is happy to lend a hand, for the old gods are always at war with the evils of witchcraft and other sorcery. Before an incoming long monologue about this old god or that one, you dip away and send in Egelina. I think I've already had this event actually. But yeah, let's read the rest of it. For a few minutes there is peace and quiet in your tent, but you know it can't last, for you are like someone beneath a rock slide awaiting the tumbling stone with their name on it. However, Egelina doesn't return. After a few minutes more, you realize there still hasn't been a disruptive entrance. In fact, the absence altogether has you on edge, as though silence itself might be haranguing. You leave the tent to find the Holy One and the so-called Cursed One deep in religious talks. Smiling, you return to your tent. If there's one thing the Holy are best at, it's maintaining a sense of tranquility. Okay. Sure, thank you. Okay, made it to our destination without interruption. Alright, let's check the recruits first, since we have the opening as well. Lots of people. So far, no one with hate for beasts. Okay, no one had it. Good talk. Let's check the weaponsmith. Even though it's very unlikely we find anything that we'd like to buy. This axe is okay, but we already have plenty of two-handed axes that basically outperform this one, so we'll leave it. This mace is pretty good, has enhanced damage and I think effectiveness against armor. Kind of the same deal with that though, we don't necessarily need it. Now that Volram died, we have these two in our inventory. Even so, we could buy this because it's just, well, maces I think are slightly more valuable than axes, well, especially these Bardishes in general, so it's possible we end up using this. Also, it is a better damage roll than this one, so I guess we'll buy it. We can use that on... Well, we probably want to use this if we fight Scrats, since it has enhanced shield damage. But yeah, if we find another mace user, then that's the weapon, I guess. There's also this glaive with enhanced damage. I think we'll actually buy it, even though we won't benefit that much from having it. We have the money. We can give that to our new guy, Pierre, who is level 10 after completing that caravan contract. Not that like a tank even needs damage, and also a glaive has less chance to hit than one of these regular spears. So I don't know, maybe I should actually sell it back in hindsight. Yeah, maybe with someone like him with 51 melee skill and light, it doesn't actually even help us. Okay, I've convinced myself I'll sell it back. It's an okay weapon if you find like a duelist, or if we find like a duelist guy using spears, but eh. But yeah, let's check the armorer next. This is okay, even so I don't know if we want it. 41 minus 1 fatigue. This is nearly okay, but minus 4 fatigue is a bit too far for a nimble helm. I guess this one could still be an upgrade for someone. Let's check quickly. Okay, that's minus 15. Which is the perfect value for nimble. Going 1 over isn't that bad, and we could mess with this armor. Okay, it's actually a good one for Sami, I guess. Though he already has vision minus 2. Well, vision minus 3 is fine. So Sami will reach exactly minus 15. So let's buy that item. That visor. Sir Edwin's Stitch Helm. Okidoki. And even though it doesn't really matter, let's actually quote-unquote upgrade Herman's number 2 layer for the helmet. Plus 5 durability. There we go. Okay, and let's level up Dag here. And level up Pierre. Also plus 3. Good to take the melee skill, but let's take the hit points instead. And now what do we take? Just take perfect fit. Also, I've given him armor that makes him actually get value out of nimble. So this could be like slightly more optimal. It's minus 13 fatigue now. Let's see. Still don't have fortified mind. Okay, let's pick up mind over body now. Lots of perks we need. We'll get 4 perks by level 15. We have 6 things selected. Well, whatevers. Okay, and these two, I'll leave them here. We don't need number 2 Battleforged layers. Buy a few tools. Alright. That's the extent of things we want to do here, but actually let's get a round of drinks before we go. Alright, and now let's scout this area. See if that's where the witch hut is. If it is there, we might not engage that fight immediately, because I might need some time to mentally prepare and decide on who we bring and with what equipment. You just fight these brigands here on a hill. They have 1 master archer and a poacher. Not that we really care about being subject to taking ranged damage at all. We don't really care about the loot from Barry Big Smiles, I guess, because basically everyone already has famed equipment all around. Even so, I think we'll fight them. It's going to be a relatively easy fight. And the lineup is probably fine. Could bring like Pamin. So Fury is using a pike still, which we don't want. Could bring Pamin. Do we want to bring Pamin? Could also bring Serhilda for the nets, but well, I guess the nets will help a little bit. Let's leave Frirak behind and bring Serhilda. Yeah, this lineup is fine. Should be fine. Not like we really need to think about it so much when the fight is going to be pretty easy. Let's just immediately head in with Chloe. Maybe that will entice them to go on the offensive. So let's increase the combat speed since this fight will be easy. Oh, a famed shield. How exciting. Ow! 4 kills armor takes 17 damage from that. Okay, so there's only 15 of them. There's no reason to be scared. Just head in without even waiting. Even giving them the high ground advantage won't be that bad. Let's trigger them by doing that. Okay, move there. Kind of unlikely to hit, but let's just do it. Get on the high ground there. Bait with the nets. Inspire Asa. Okay, and let's start using nets, though we can't actually see there, so we need to move up. I'll wait with Fury. Also wait on the nets now, so they don't immediately break them. Okie dokie. Okay, let's see, 47 or 47. Let's go for that one. Throw some dirt as well. Now let's use the nets. Okay. Barry Big Smiles has decided to relocate next to Asa. Shouldn't be a problem, but slightly surprised that he decided to do that. Okay, so we probably want a net on Barry. It's going to be difficult to hit with that shield, being a champion and all. mean, we can eventually get to him even without a net, but it will definitely help. Okie dokie. Pick up a net here. Can't quite reach. Okay, Asa's taking damage from Barry, who actually has 95 to hit. And let's see, Asa has 63 melee defense. Okay. It's inspired Borg killed, I think. Okay, Asa's taking damage and also missing. Can't really move here. This Barry here is going to have like a 95 to hit. Borg killed as well. Jon has a 9%. Just help out over here instead. Let's do so. 16% to hit with the thrust without a net being applied. I'll wait before we use the net so that he doesn't immediately break free. %. Okay. Well, that's actually 5%, but... yeah, okay. $28 for Borg killed, thanks to having favored enemy brigand. Do we have more nets available? Yes, we do. Pick one up, just in case. Right, with the net we have 44 or 55. Let's go for the 55. Spar Asker, I guess. Okay, not so tough now, are you? Okay, we nearly got him. There we go. Okay. And we got a famed shield. It's actually pretty good, but we now have greenwood shields, so... yeah. So got some famed helmet, I guess. Let's see... 130 for -6. Doesn't seem very good. Okay. Let's continue scouting. Nope. And... nope. Okay, so where the hell is the witch hut? I have looked at the map a couple of times. I don't think we found it yet. So where the F is it? Okay, well... Where are areas that we haven't discovered yet? That's one. Not sure if it can spawn there, but I guess we should check. Well, in any case, let's camp since we took some damage. Let's also hunt. Do some repairing. Not that we really need to be doing this, but whatever's. Okay, once again, that event and okay, this is the whatchamacallit, the Alp part event. Whatever's. Okay, so so there's that tiny area here. Is there anything more nearby that we haven't explored? Okay, there's this area here. Not sure if it can even spawn on the hills. Maybe it can. Some patches of fog of war left in the desert. I mean, I guess it's possible that it's in an area which doesn't have fog of war. If that area was like quote-unquote visible at the start of the game, but we didn't know what's actually inside the area despite having vision on it, so it might be like basically anywhere. Oh, well there it is. Okay. But that's, yeah, okay. I'll make a save here. I think you can actually kind of head in there and then decide to not attack. Witch hut. A skewed and withered hut that looks like it could collapse at any moment. Smoke is rising from an ovary chimney. Okay, so let's take a look. I'll also read this flavor text here. You can skip ahead if you like. You pause at the forest clearing. The hut before you stands like a mere crumb. It's so quaint and easily forgotten, you wondered how it could survive. But perhaps its total banality and unassuming nature is itself a sort of armor. But you've been around this world long enough to know to trust your instinct. And right now, your instinct is to wait. Soon enough, the hut's door pops open and an elderly woman hobbles out. She immediately waves in your direction. You, and only you! Confused, you ask why just yourself, or more particularly, why would you ever trust her to begin with? She smiles. Because I know what the false king dreams of at night. The mercenaries around you turn about and ask what she said. You put a hand up and tell them to stay their ground while you go have a talk with the mysterious woman. Stay here and stay on your guard. You come in with your sword drawn just to find the woman offering you a bowl of stew. She suggests it is only rabbit and potatoes, and more the former than the latter. Sheathing your sword, you take the bowl and have a seat at the table with her opposite you. A couple of candles burn nearby, and there are glyphs painted on the walls in white, and similar shapes hang from the ceiling as dream catchers. The woman puts her elbows on the table. There are trinkets wound into her hair, clips of bird bones and feathers. She carries a weathered face, though her eyes are starkly young, like pearls glimmering from the depths of a swamp. I knew you would come in, a phantom of a friend, like a moth to the flame, seeking truth which cannot be tamed. Pushing the bowl back across the table, you ask if she is a witch. She nods affirmatively and stares at you before nodding again. Good. You haven't killed me. Okay, which one is speaking? No, it's the witch still speaking. Okay. Good. You haven't killed me, which means you're thinking now. I am indeed a so-called witch. But I am alone. Entirely alone. And hounded by the others. You might call them my sisters. But these others know who you are. Just as I do. And they want your blood. They can smell it. And that is why I want to talk. What is it you want? The woman draws a long object wrapped in tablecloth and sets it on the table. She throws back its linens to reveal a jagged obsidian blade with leather strips for a grip. Cut your flesh and bleed upon the black. The Hexen and their lowly craft shall come, and then you shall kill them all. After that, we can talk. Sellsword and witch. Witch and sellsword. You ask what is in it for you, the witch cackles. Oh, sellsword, you are not in the business of allegiance, but in the business of gold. And with a clever turn of coin, you know friend can turn to foe. But I offer something more. A truth which cannot be seen. A truth for the false king. We've already come this far. The black blade rests in your hand, and your reflection rests jaggedly in its stony grooves, stretched and pulled into every divot and edge. It is a simple stone, a simple dagger, that is all. Not the least bit heavy, but you can feel the import, like dust tossed upon a grave. There is not so much weight in the sand as there is in the throw itself. The blade is either loss or gain, and there's only one way to see to which. The witch nods. You nod back and slash your upper arm. The blood pools onto the stone and your reflections disappear beneath the crimson. Almost growling, the witch eagerly leans in and presses the blade against the skin. More! More, sellsword! More! You slash again and flex. A spurt hits the stone. She takes the knife and slaps a spotless cloth onto the wound. Well enough, sellsword. Go to your men and prepare. You stand and look at the woman. You ask. And once I kill your enemies, then we talk again? She smiles. In so many words, yes. Then I will do so. When you step outside and inform the company that hostiles are coming, soon enough the haggard women are spotted walking across the trees of the forest, their long fingernails scratching across the bark, and their drooling lips sniveling up to snort and cackle. The first to come through has a long head shaped like a canoe. An infant's skull dangles from her necklace, and a leather bag bounces at her hip, 2 rabbit feet sticking out of the pouch. She glares at the hut and sniffs the air, then shifts her eyes upon you. Ah, you have made covenant with that bitch. You nod. So much reading and speaking is getting to my throat. The deal's been made. Aye, and it will end with you dying on the end of this blade. And I believe she prefers to just be called witch. Oh, damn. That was actually the company leader, as in me, speaking. Well, whatever. Another Hexen steps forward. We prefer to call her cunt. Kill the sellswords, take the captain alive, but remove his eyes and that lousy tongue. Throng of witches rush forward, some already shifting into licentious-looking younglings, while others resolve their arms in ritual rites. Okay, well, it seems that we don't actually get the option of backing out of this. So that means I am going to reload, because we need to change our equipment and possibly change who's coming to the battle. Well, we do get to fall back. Okay, so let's see. Some direwolves, an unhold, a few Hexen, a white direwolf, a few skin ghouls, the first ones we've seen, I think, during this run, rock unhold, and a few redback spiders, and I think there's also a hardwood scrat, or maybe even 2. Let's fall back. Okay, yeah, it does show me everything here, and we don't need to fight straight away. So in addition to what I read, there's a coven leader and 1 hardwood scrat. So much reading. Okay, so I think I won't fight this just now. We will fight it next episode. Also, Halvar has leveled. because it's going to be a long fight and I need to be like completely prepared mentally and need to change our equipment, etc, etc, etc. But if I end this episode now, it's going to be a short one. So let's do something else. Let's go kill some barbarians or something. Okay, so yeah, I'll speak more about the witch hut fight in the next episode, where I will, I think, fight them. And even though it doesn't really make sense, I do believe they'll stay there for like however long it takes us. Whether it's 1 day or 10,000 days, they'll just patiently keep waiting. As is how video games usually work. Anyway, let's just destroy this northern hideout here to have something to do for the rest of this episode. Let's probably bring some new guys, quote-unquote new guys for this. It's going to be pretty easy. So let's leave Serhilda behind, also equip some nets on Serhilda. Right, so bring Pamin. I could bring Malobode. Try to reach level 19. Not that we care that much about that. We'll bring Frirek. Level him up. Let's leave Herman behind. Okay, so Malobode could come. I want to keep Fulk in because he's almost level 15, which is a perk point. Let's leave Faruk behind. Okay. That's 14 people. Do something like that, and it should be fine. The white armored unholds might be a little bit problematic, but probably not, since we are doing so well. Okay, and let's start by just waiting, as usual. Okay. I'll lower the combat speed a little bit, even though this fight should be fairly easy. Need 1.5. Alright, and let's inspire Sami as usual, I think. Though maybe Borkild makes a good target as well. Can kill the dog and then go for the unhold. Let's do Sami. Let's actually ignore the dog, I think. Though someone should kill it. To make room for Einhard. Maybe Firi should do it. Though if Firi does it, we don't have a line. Well, yes we do actually, because Einhard has quick step. Don't need to think about this fight too much. Also, we score a lucky stun there. Well, the Warhound is still alive. Whatever. Also, I should have used thrust there. I'm autopiloting because I don't really think this fight will pose a problem for us. Nice shot. Should have probably taken this spot instead, so that Oscar could step in and use the bigger hammer. Okie. Well, that was far less impressive than the last shot. Guess we can't win them all. And this is the thing that happens when you bring people who are ranged into these fights, but it won't matter here. Because we are just far more powerful than these guys are. Orchid is way over there, huh? Okay, well, Pumming gets to do nothing during this turn. Guess I can just shield wall. Okay. I'll just kill all of them, even though we don't really need to. Okay, 3 left. And that's that. Get a couple of level ups. Get some pretty bad loot. Well, not bad, but nothing that we could use anymore, which is like what I was expecting anyway. Okay, so free rec level 13. Let's keep taking hit points. Chloe, level 21. Let's also take hit points. And since we have heightened reflexes, let's take range defense instead of initiative. Okay. And let's head to H-Sted, see if there's anything there or anyone there. See a very easy group of barbarians. How the hell are there thralls running around? It's day 555. And the difficulty multiplier is at 300%. Okay, weird. I'll leave them be. Like utterly pathetic groups of barbarians. Throw them back into the pond. Let them grow for a year or two. Okay, there's a caravan here. It's going to Helfenstein. Helfenstein. Where's Helfenstein at? Why can I not see it? Where is Helfenstein? Here, okay. There's nothing there. Okay. But there is a black market here, so let's check that. So white wolf belt, we don't really need it. There's a ghoul skin, I guess we could buy it, but I don't remember. I'll buy that banshee essence though. I don't remember if the skin ghoul items you can craft are like any good. I guess they can't be really bad, but yeah. Okay, here's offhand dagger. No one's going to use it. Let's leave it be. Pretty bad axe. Decent reach cleaver. We don't need it. Pretty meh reach mace. Decent golden dag. We already have golden dags. And we also have two regular famed two-handed maces with enhanced damage, so I don't think we'll buy that. Also, I think the other enhanced attribute is minus weight, which is like the worst one to have. Okay. Famed throwing axes. They're decent. Enhanced damage and minus 3 fatigue cost. Guess we could buy those. Also, there's a fencing sword that I missed. It's not terrible, but we don't really need it. Oh yeah, there's a couple of items here that I missed, but... Okay, this axe is okay. We don't need it though. We have a few one-handed axes that we're already not using. Okay. Alright, so yeah, let's check the recruits. Hopetet the Pillager. Okay, well that's a name. Dodon here could have been usable, but alas, no hit for beasts. Inventor. Nope. Guess we'll check the weaponsmith as well, even though it's super unlikely we'll find anything we want. Okay, here's a famed S-stock. As far as S-stocks go, it's not very good though. It's like probably like the worst rolls you could have. So that's minus weight and minus 1 fatigue cost per use. So even though we were kind of looking for a famed S-stock, I don't think we want that one. Also a crappy warbrand. Okie dokie. Right, so that caravan is going to Hohenfest. There's nothing there, but we might just take it. It's good XP and it gives us something to do. Let's just take it. Let's just take it. And next episode we'll head to the witch hut and see how we do there. Don't think there's a large possibility of us wiping there, but there's a very good possibility of people dying. Anyway, let's mostly scout while we do this. Go 4 times, well 8 times speed actually. Group of 16 barbarians, that's probably the same group we saw earlier. They're running as they should. But since the Battle Brothers pathfinding is quite bad, they kept running in front of us for a long while. Okay, let's stop by at Grimborg. We also see some random stuff on the map. Okay, check the recruits here. This guy could have been okay, but no hate for beasts, so we say no thank you. Gothier has hate for beasts. Stars are really bad for Oathtaker though. We might check him out though. Okay, here's Christoph the Brawler with hate for beasts. And also Gottfried the Shepherd. But we don't want someone who's double-tongued. Also the stars are pretty bad. Here's Garsenda the Swine. Also has hate for beasts. 3-star range defense. Let's quickly check if that's ever going to be usable. Okay, he does get, or she does get, heightened reflexes and dodge. I mean, I don't think we want her because we have enough tanks as it is. Yes, also Gerdat the Farrier. Initiative and melee defense. Doesn't get dodge, as far as I could see there. Okay, so let's check the Brawler. We can just hire them for a measly 1200 gold. Okay, so not bad, but probably not good enough for us. Would have been pretty good like 200 or 300 days ago. Especially when they start with +1 melee skill rolls. So I think this is going to be a skip, this guy. Okay, that's a +3. But yeah, this guy is like Volram number 2. And I don't think we want to train him to level 19 to be as usable as Volram was. Won't reach a good amount of melee skill. We don't currently want tanks. So as far as tanks go, I guess this guy isn't horrible. He gets Underdog, he gets Shield Expert, he gets Resilient, Colossus, Back to Basics, Rebound, Indomitable. Even gets Mind over Body, but no Fortified Mind. So okay, so this guy is fine, but I'll let him go. I will pay him 10 crowns to bugger off. Okay, so we had this guy here, who's 11,600 with pretty poor star distribution. Does have Mind over Body to make use of the 1-star resolve. Do they have Fortified Mind? I don't see it. Okay, well I think I'll skip that. And also don't want this guy. What about this guy? Well, she is only 1300 up front, so let's check her out, I guess. Even though it's kind of unlikely we'll use her. Let's strip her naked and have a good look, as we tend to do. Okay, so yeah, Could make something out of mind over body with fortified mind. Doesn't have stars, but starts at 45. But yeah, she's very underwhelming with her stats. Her perks are okay, but eh. Guess we could level her up once, yeah. Does get alert with dodge and the heightened reflexes. Also gets Colossus, doesn't get resilient. Gets back to basics, so she would make like a decent initiative tank who could maybe do something with the help from mind over body. Very unlikely she'll ever reach a good amount of melee skill. Does get fast adaptation and feint to help with that though. But yeah, I don't think we want her. We will pay her 10 crowns. Get lost. Get out of my sight. And I think that's it. Don't think I want to spend nearly 12,000 on this guy here. So let's just move out. Okay, we see some easy groups of enemies running around the map. Fulk is in good spirit. Okay, seems we've made it without a fight. Okay, this camp, we could destroy this camp. It has 5 champions in it. Larkin the Enlightened, huh? Okay, if you say so. We see a very easy group of brigands as well. And we've made it to our destination. Check Helfenstein. Nothing we want to do here. Check the recruits. Okay. Lots of conditions. Has anyone leveled? Yes, Pierre has reached level 11. Let's take initiative and resolve, I think. As well as the melee defense. Okay, so currently Indom, well, we don't have it yet. Yeah, he needs to get to level 15 and complete his training before we start actually using him. If we ever use him. I mean, he's not bad. He needs a lot of perks to reach his full potential though. Let's take perfect fit now. Initiative is over 200. Good, good, good. And we are getting the full value out of perfect fit. Guess we'll pick Indom now and maybe Fortified Mind next. At some point we also want Relentless and we most likely need a Rebound to be able to keep spamming Indom. We can forego Born with a board for a while. Let's get Indom. Indom costs 19 fatigue currently, so yeah. I think we can just take a Rebound and skip Fortified Mind for a time, because 20 fatigue per turn is going to be enough for constant Indoming. Okay. So yeah, let's move out. Guess we'll just head straight to the witch hut. And we might destroy this camp at some point, but eh. Let's head to the witch hut and prepare to fight it in the next episode. Okay. Sir Vincent the Blackhearted. Well, even though there's a few necromancers here, this fight is very easy. But let's not do it just now, at least. Also, is there a point in waiting or doing this during the night? Well, before I speak more on that, we find Dag sitting by a tree, seemingly deep in thought, startling him as you approach. Oh, this is where Gajon gets a new hand, huh? Oh, hey there, Captain. I didn't see you there. He stands up and enthusiastically steps up to you. You know, I've been thinking of ways to help Gajon with his problem, and I think I might have come up with a solution. He scratches his head nervously as he continues. I will need some coin in order to cover the material cost for this little experiment, however, and any leftover tools that we can spare. Okay, let's see. Gajon receives a prosthetic hand. It is finished. Are you ready? With eyes the size of saucers, he spins around and then hands you what looks like a hand. It's a new hand. I'm sure this will be of great help to Gajon. He bows to you and scurries off. Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay, let's see what kind of penalty that has. I'm assuming it has some form of penalty. Yes, it does. Okay, prosthetic hand. Minus 10% melee defense when using a shield. Minus 10% range defense when using a shield. Minus 10% melee skill when not using a shield. And minus 10% range skill when not using a shield. Okay. Well, out of curiosity, let's equip a shield and see what that does to the melee defense. Also, yeah, we have this throwing axes for Pamin. Didn't even compare them to the heavy throwing axes, but I think they're slightly better. So, Gajon, what happens when you equip a shield? So this thing. So 78 goes down, or goes up rather, to 94. Okay, well, it is an improvement. 76, 94. So that's plus 18. Guess it's still better than not using a shield. Probably. Anyway, I forgot what I was... Yeah, okay. So I need to decide whether we want to attack the witch hut during the night or not. Also, we don't see what's inside anymore. Oh, now we do. Okay, so yeah, this is what we will deal with next time. I think we'll bring Serhilda for the nets. We also need to be able to stun. Well, need is perhaps a strong word, but it will help against the redback spiders. And I think, or I'm assuming, that the skin ghouls can be stunned. The white direwolf can be stunned. We might want to do that, though we at this point could just be strong enough to basically nuke them down. A lot will depend on whether the hexes are able to charm people or not. With that in mind, we probably want people with resilient for the most part. The hardwood scrot will require some shield break-in, but thankfully there's only one of them. And as we saw in the hardwood scrot contract, they are actually weaker than the champion scrots, so it's not that bad, I guess. And what we probably want to do is use a couple of tanks again. Our trusty tanks, Chloe and Farouk, who basically should be invincible in this fight, I think. Partly because of the armor of the Ijirok, and also because of freedom of movement, and because Farouk can keep spamming Indomitable, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, this will be an interesting fight. We might get some people killed, but I don't think we can lose this unless I play very poorly or we get well, extremely unlucky. But yeah, also I'm not sure what size the skin ghouls are. I would assume it's not like the biggest size tier 3 fatso ghouls. We haven't fought them yet. I think they have like a reach attack that inflicts bleed on you, which is quite bad for Nimble. Even so, I think both of our tanks, who are both Nimble, should be able to handle it. They will have a very poor chance to hit, and we will regenerate health, and they both have resilient. So yeah, we shall see, we shall see. And a lot will depend also on how the enemy is positioned, what we can do. We need to advance on them, unless I bring Mollowboat with like a crossbow to snipe the witches. Ideally, we'd have like a one good sniper character that we could use, but we lost... Who is it? Who was it? Vala the Bow, who actually had the Hex perk. We lost her because Boldemin, who is by now also dead. I think, yeah, Boldemin is dead, yeah. Boldemin killed her while being charmed in a Hex fight. So, if we want to actually snipe them, we need to give Mollowboat. Well, we could maybe do it with a gun, actually. The problem with Mollowboat in this fight is that unless I equip the Undead Trophy, he's quite likely to get charmed. At least that's been the case in previous Hex fights. They are very keen on trying to charm him. And if he's charmed, then, well, yeah, he can't, like, attack the witches, of course. And also, he doesn't have resilient, so that charm will last more than one turn. We probably want to give someone like Borghild the Undead Trophy necklace, because we want to bring her, and she doesn't have resilient. So yeah. Yeah. Also, if we do want to snipe them, I guess we should come in during the daytime instead of going in during the night. But the nighttime has the benefit that I think the hexes will spend their initial turn drinking a potion, a night owl elixir, so that kind of wastes their first turn with that. So there are things to consider here. But yeah, I'll think about what we want to do with our lineup and weaponry on my own. And I shall see you next time for the actual fight. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.